Well, good morning. We are out in the middle of nowhere for the 7th day in a row, something like that. The Pacific Ocean is so enormous. And after thousands of miles to get to Easter Island, another 1,000, we wind up here at this place, which is Pitcairn Island. This is, as you can see, a huge rocky island that can be seen from quite a ways away, but we are out in the middle of vast, nothing otherwiseness all around, and we're basically circling this right now. There's not really a way to climb it. There's not but, I don't know, 40, 50 people who live here, so there's no getting ashore today, but I thought you might want to see this from different sides and learn a thing or two about it. Well, for those of you who know your history, this is that Mutiny on the Bounty stuff. And you can see why, being exiled to an island like this wouldn't be the greatest, because it's not the most accessible place in the world. But there are people who live here, and if you're looking close, you'll see they've got a really sweet spot all along the side of this side of the island, anyway. And let's see how far I can get in there. And many of them, since we can't go on the island, many of them are on board selling things. One of the things that's being sold, and I'll try to get a shot of it later, is honey, which I'm a big fan of. Pitcairn honey is allegedly the stuff that, the only honey that the Queen, who died not long ago, would eat. Supposedly one of the best. You have your Manuka in New Zealand, and I am personally partial to Tasmanian honey, but there's one in Australia on the west side, Jarrah honey, that's allegedly more medicinal than Manuka. So those of you who care about stuff like that can fight it out. But this was the Queen's favorite, so I haven't tried it yet. But it's a beautiful place. I mean, you really are stuck out here. You're even more than Easter Island. If they stick you on this thing and say you're on your own, you are really on your own. And like I say, there's some beautiful houses there, but there are a very small number of people who actually live here. Well, I'll pass on at least what I know about this place. In the meantime, I've learned that the HMS Bounty was burned, and in some scenario or other, Fletcher Christian used it. The idea was to hide the wreck, I believe, and then try to spot, since it's such a tall island, people that might come to rescue him in the meantime. As usual, I'll just say Google it for the actual details, but as you can see, it's a pretty formidable place to try to get into or out of, because the coast is that sheer. Once you're at the shore, there's not too many places to gain purchase up to the higher part. I met a guy who's lived here for the last 25 years today. I met him, and He says it's great, but I assumed that there was some part at the top that would be sort of idyllic and a little, you know, spot like a Robinson Crusoe type place where you could just hang up there in the top. He says no, pretty much the whole thing's like this. It's very hilly, hard to sort of find a place that's level for building and all that stuff. So, but I got to say, it's in one sense, it's really idyllic. It's a great little spot out in the middle of nowhere. I thought we were out there when we were at Easter Island, but this is something. I also talked to a guy who's he's from New Zealand, but he's a police officer here for a year or two, and he said that his job largely consists of customs immigration for people who might, you know, try to come ashore or whatever. And there was a couple from Wales who left Wales. I assume they crossed the Atlantic and went through the Panama Canal to come here. And they crossed in an 18-foot sailboat. And while it's extremely calm right now, he says normally it's anything but. Also, a 67-year-old Argentinian man came over in a small boat by himself. There are many people apparently who have a whole lot more chutzpah or whatever you want to call it than I. And I gotta say, I'm not greatly bothered by it. For those of you who are, please be careful when you embark on those kinds of expeditions. But for now, I'll just say merci bien to the folks who have once again provided some form of sucre, usually in the form of cash or cold beer, for the making of these ridiculous little videos. And yeah, we'll be out at sea for a few more days, and then I think the next time we come to you will be from well, somewhere else in French Polynesia, I believe. So thanks again, and shout out to mon ami Christophe. Thanks for the feedback, and we'll see you all next time.